Have you ever read a romance that made you question the difference between protection and obsession? A story where every chapter keeps your heart racing because you never know whether the next moment will be romantic or terrifying. If that's the kind of audiobook you love, then Once You're Mine by Morgan Bridges deserves a place at the top of your listening list. This isn't your typical love story. It's a dark romance filled with suspense, emotional tension, dangerous attraction, and unforgettable characters. From the very beginning, you're pulled into a world where the line between right and wrong becomes increasingly blurred. The story follows Aurora, a woman trying to live an ordinary life, until she unknowingly captures the attention of someone who refuses to let her go. What begins as silent observation slowly turns into an all-consuming obsession. Every encounter raises the stakes, making you wonder what will happen next and whether anyone involved can escape the consequences of their choices. What makes this book so addictive isn't just the romance, it's the psychological tension. Every conversation feels loaded with hidden meaning. Every decision carries risk. The chemistry between the main characters is intense, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. You'll constantly ask yourself whether to root for them or fear what comes next. Listening to the audiobook makes the experience even more powerful. The emotional performances bring every scene to life, making the suspense feel immediate and the quieter moments deeply emotional. Whether it's a whispered confession, a tense confrontation, or a shocking revelation, the narration draws you into the story in a way that feels almost cinematic. Morgan Bridges has a talent for creating characters who are flawed, complicated, and emotionally gripping. Instead of simple heroes and villains, you'll find people driven by desire, fear, loyalty, and obsession. That emotional complexity is what keeps listeners hooked from beginning to end. If you're a fan of dark romance, possessive heroes, forbidden attraction, psychological suspense, and stories packed with twists, this audiobook offers an unforgettable listening experience. It's the kind of story that makes just one more chapter turn into hours of nonstop listening. Keep in mind that this is written for mature audiences and explores darker relationship dynamics. If you enjoy emotionally intense fiction with high stakes and morally complex characters, you'll likely find this audiobook incredibly compelling. Some stories entertain you for a few hours. Others stay in your mind long after they're over. Once You're Mine is one of those stories that lingers, making you think about its characters and their choices long after the final chapter ends. If you're looking for your next addictive audiobook, one filled with suspense, passion, and death, and unforgettable emotional intensity, this is one you won't want to miss. Start listening today with your free audiobook trial using the link in the description below. Once the story begins, you'll understand why so many listeners couldn't stop until the very end.